Hello and welcome to some more. Hello and welcome to some more. Hello and welcome to some more Pokemon VGC double battles in Pokemon Champions. So, a lot of information, hopefully in a short amount of time. If you don't want to hear about why the team looks the way it does, then use a timestamp, skip to the battles. You can just watch it in action. But let's quickly go through this. So, looking at popular Pokemon in the meta right now, I wanted to try and capitalize on a lot of those matchups. So, we've got a fairly anti-meta team here. Starting with the most anti-meta picks going, Mega Charizard Y and Garchomp. Of course, Garchomp is like the third most popular Pokemon in the format. Charizard Y, always going to be popular. Seen a rise in popularity, but again, will always be popular. But popular, this duo, popular for reasons. Incredible offensive and defensive synergy. And that's what the team is built around here, particularly the Choice Scarf Garchomp, which is Cynthia's Garchomp, by the way. Can't remember which event I got it from, but it is Cynthia's Garchomp. Reached out to her personally, she lent it to me. But yeah, Choice Scarf. So the problem with Charizard is that despite being incredibly strong, it can miss heat waves. That's not the big issue. The big issue is it's actually not too difficult to knock out when you've got things that are faster than it. And there's plenty that is faster than Charizard. So the Choice Scarf Garchomp allows us to sit next to Charizard, bulldoze things down that would damage Charizard, if not outright knock it out, and pick up KOs before it can be KO'd. So we've got things like Dragon Pulse on Charizard, which we've calced on low bulk Garchomp. A Bulldoze plus a Dragon Pulse will knock out Garchomp, so no longer a counter to Charizard, right? Mega Frostlass, which would be a big issue for Garchomp and would deal significant damage to Charizard. We outspeed, we bulldoze that down, and then we heatwave it into oblivion before it gets to move. So yeah, you can see kind of what we're going for there. We've got some really interesting moves on this team. Garchomp also has Rock Tomb, which is specifically for things like Mega Aerodactyl, which has also seen an uptick in usage, particularly on the high ladder as well. But I digress. Hopefully we'll just see it in action. Now, after that, we've got Gardevoir. So I had a checklist of things that I wanted on this team. One thing was Trick Room and Skill Swap. So a bit of backstory. Way back in 2014, 2015, I used the Mega Charizard team at UK Nationals. Did very well both years. It was a Sunrim team, had a Sunrim aspect. And a big part of dealing with rain teams was being able to Trick Room turn 1 alongside Charizard. Force them to switch in the Pelipper. It wasn't Pelipper at the time, it was Politoed. But the Rain Setter on turn 2, and then immediately skill swap under Trick Room to get the Sunset back up and just obliterate the rain teams. Now, things have changed a lot since then. There's a lot of crazy Pokemon that Gardevoir is threatened by now. Things like Basculegion, things like Sneasler. But it is an option on our team, and I like the fact that it gets Aura Sphere as well. It's just a very strong Pokemon. It allows us also to spam our ground moves next to Garchomp. 5 of our Pokemon allow Garchomp to spam Earthquake and Bulldoze next to them. Gardevoir is one of them. Then we've got Sandaconda. So I'm always looking at the Pokemon that learn Glare. There are not many of them, but the ability to inflict paralysis without missing a Thunder Wave is absolutely huge, particularly now the meta is... There's a lot of high profits still, but we want to be bringing the speed down for things like Charizard, right, as I mentioned. And while we've got this meta where it's fairly low power, ironically, even though we've got Megas, compared to a lot of metas in recent history, the Glare Pokemon, it's their time to shine. So I was looking at all of them. I think they're all viable one way or another. But we've gone with Sandaconda. Gets the Sand Spit ability, which is kind of at odds with Charizard, but does allow us to, again, mix things up with Sandvale Garchomp as well. And then, last 2 slots. So, I wanted to round out our Fantasy Core, Dragon, Fairy, and Steel. There are only 3 Steel types that we can spam Earthquake and Bulldoze next to. 2 of those are Corviknight and Skarmory, and I don't want to compound our electric weakness. So that's why Earthworm makes the cut. And it gets smacked down as well, which, in practice, in one game, it was very useful to be able to knock things out of the sky, like Gyarados, which is what happened in that one game I played. And be able to just like freely Earthquake that stuff was great. So yeah, an interesting move choice there, but we've got the Sash as well, so if we face Mega Charizard Y, we can deal with some. Probably wouldn't knock it out in one hit, it's a weak move, but we can take a hit and get some big damage in return at least. And then Gyarados, because I also wanted to Intimidate on this team as well. That was also on the checklist. And I've been splashing Gyarados. It's a very splashable Pokemon. We've got secondary paralysis through Thunder Wave, albeit a bit more unreliable, 90% accuracy and all. But it also is our answer to Sleep Powder spam. It's Charizard Y and Mega and Venusaur. We can take a Sleep Powder into that slot, recover with the Lum Berry, and then hopefully paralyze the Venusaur. Go from there. So it may look a bit random, but there is real thought that's going into this team. I do think it is really quite good. There are some things I do want to tweak, and we will tweak them in future, but that is the team. Let's get into some battles before we do. Before I forget, those are the stats. You can see the team ID on the screen as well, if you want to check those out. Very important speed stats we're hitting. I'm not going to go through exactly what they are, but we're just factoring in things like Bulldoze drops and the paralysis as well, the speed drops from paralysis. So if you're interested, you can look at some popular Pokemon, see what speeds they would hit after one lowered speed stat. After their speed stats are dropped one stage, or look at their speeds that would be halved under paralysis, and then you can kind of see what we've got going on. Well, frick me. Then you kind of see what we're going. Well, oh my god. Then you kind of see what we've got going on here. I'm kind of struggling a little bit through some of these intros. Been a little bit sick lately as well. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into some battles. See if we can get some wins. Okay, we have an opponent. Look at this team. Wow. Trick Room. So Klefki gets Trick Room. Mega Ampharos. Mudsdale and Sylveon, very strong Pokemon under Trick Room, and then they've got two very fast Pokemon in Sneasler and Dragapult. So can't safely lead Garchomp against Dragapult because we can't lower its speed. I feel like Sandaconda has a bit of fun against this team, has things it can do. Well-timed Gardevoir as well. Sandaconda Earthworm, that's such a passive lead, but one that also really isn't bad here at all. Maybe Gyarados. We're going to go Gardevoir and Charizard. So we're not going to bring we're not going to bring Earthworm this time. Even though it does make a good case for itself between Steel moves for Sylveon and being immune to ground moves from the Mudsdale. But Mudsdale, last time I checked, unless it's been removed, does get close combat. Mudsdale, Klefki in the lead. So this is, yeah, quite a nice duo actually we've got here. Oh, I forgot it gets in a focus. I thought it might have been stamina. Okay, this is all good. We are going to glare the Mudsdale. We're going to water forward Mudsdale. Reflect. Should have seen that coming as well as an option. Klefki doesn't have a ton of options for a prankster Pokemon. Pasho Berry. Compared to things like Whimsicott, but screens are an option for it, that's for sure. Nice. So now we're playing the paralysis and flinch game on the Mudsdale. We're just going to go in on the attack on the Klefki. I would like to get Gardevoir in to start reversing Trick Room to remove some abilities from things like Mudsdale and Sylveon. But it's all good. We're just going to go in. Yeah, we'll pressure the Mudsdale. I was thinking about getting rid of the Klefki, or pressuring the Klefki at least, so they don't get multiple chances to go for the Trick Room. But it's still good. This is what we go for. Foul play, so they're still not going for the Trick Room. And they break through the paralysis. And of course can't flinch because it does have inner focus. So now we are going to go in on the Klefki. We know that we can get it gone. I get the feeling it's probably Sitrus Berry. But at this point, we can deny Trick Room. I think that's something that we should be striving towards. Well, I get the feeling they might have the Dragapult and Sneasel in the back, considering they've not been eager to set up. They switch it out though, so we'll see. It is the Dragapult. Nice switch. That's still a ton of damage. Is that a critical hit? It is a critical hit. Another Rock Slide. Sandaconda avoids, not Gyarados, unfortunately. Oh, Gyarados does avoid too. Never mind, never mind. What was I saying? Right. I wonder if we just see a Phantom Force here. We'll just go for the high horsepower. Actually, no, we won't. We'll go for the Glare. Why are we going for the Glare? Because... Why are we going for the Glare? Phantom Force. No, you have to go for the Phantom Force, doesn't matter. We should just go for the high horsepower. What I was thinking was if we get the Paralysis, then the Phantom Force won't move until after Gyarados on the subsequent turn. But it already a Phantom Force, so we can't Glare it, so... that doesn't matter. Right. I feel like they don't Phantom Force though. I feel like they have to get the Gyarados gone right, otherwise we're just going to knock out the Mudsdale. Could be Will-O-Wisp as well, also an option. Dragon Darts. And that's Dragapult gone. Interesting battle so far. Not a lead that I thought I'd be leading too often. But it's doing a job here. Curse! Okay. Again, if we can just deny the Trick Room, then I think we should be able to see this one out. Sneasler, so they did go for the fast mode in the back. Right. You know, I am going to protect. I'm going to double protect. Why not? Because we did just protect in the previous turn. That's why not. At this point, Gyarados not really necessary for us anymore. So we'll see how this plays out. I feel like they have to fake out the... No, they just go straight into the Gyarados. Fair play. So we were free to attack the Sandaconda, but it's all good. We do have a bit of a lead to play with here. So Reflect is gone. We're bringing in Charizard. We will Mega Evolve. We'll get rid of the sand chip damage on Charizard. I think I am safe just to attack here, probably. Sneasel does get access to Rock Slide. You don't see it very often at all. So I feel like it's a safe play to attack. But the safer play is to protect, so we'll do that. Might be longing it out a bit, but sometimes you've got to long it out. Close combat. We should take this. Sandaconda's a beast when it comes to physical defense. So it resets the sand. We might lose Sandaconda here, but it's all good. We don't need the sun at this point to get off the damage that we need. Sandaconda goes down. Good job, Sandaconda. And from here... right. How do we lose? We lose by missing heat waves. Is there a way that we can sew this up without missing a heat wave? Unfortunately... I don't think so. I think we need to go for the... We're just gonna go for the heat wave. We're gonna try and double the clef key. I think a Moonblast. It should have been an Aura Sphere, but I was expecting the heat wave to knock out, but we'll see. Now that the rain's gone up as well. That was lucky. That was lucky. Maybe Moonblast wasn't the play. Wasn't expecting the rain dance. And the full power, okay. I mean, we should have been fine anyway, though. A Rock Slide wasn't going to be knocking out Gardevoir. GG! That was, yeah, a bit long drawn out. Doesn't showcase the best of the team, but it was against an unorthodox opponent, so we needed to be unorthodox in our approach as well. But it worked out quite nicely. Got to see Sandaconda do some stuff as well. GG. Let's see if we can get another win. Okay, we have our next opponent. This is some hyper offense stuff right here. Not often you see Azumarill these days, but there is one on their team. They don't have a Trick Room mode. I mean, maybe they do. Whimsicott does learn Trick Room. But I'm expecting that to be a speedier Azumarill to take advantage of Tailwind. 2 Pokemon immune to ground type moves. 2 Pokemon that also get Tailwind. Aerodactyl is a bit of a problem, but it is a problem that we have prepared for. Is it a Sandaconda lead again? I do just kind of want to lead Charizard Garchomp. But if it's Whimsicott Aerodactyl, that would be pretty disgusting as a lead, to be honest. And I could see that. I could see him doing that. Okay, we're gonna go with these two. We are gonna just go in. Sandaconda, we can switch it in. I think it's a fairly safe switch a lot of the time here. Maybe not Gyarados. I think Gardevoir is a good pick as well. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, lots of leads we could go with here. There are many safer than Charizard and Garchomp because we're almost certainly playing around Tailwind. Almost certainly playing around Tailwind with a potential Aerodactyl on the opposite side as well. We'll see. Whimsicott Dragonite. Okay, so I'm pretty happy to see something like this. Am I just gonna go in with the Dragon Pulse? No, we're going with the Heat Wave. We might lose Garchomp. I mean, if it Mega Evolves, then the Dragon Pulse ain't going to get the job done. We are still going to Rock Tomb it though. Because we might, if we're lucky and Garchomp survives, we might be able to outspeed this Dragonite. Even with Tailwind up. I don't want to give him a free switch on the Whimsicott slot. I mean, saying I've just Heat Waved, right? But I'm expecting it to be Sashed. So there's a Tailwind. Ice Beam, that's going to get the job done. So we lose Garchomp. Okay. Would have been pretty devastating if that wasn't sashed. So I'm glad that this has worked out. Oh, we get the burn! Nice, although it's special Dragonite, but chip damage is chip damage. Now, from here, we're going to get Gardevoir in. We're going to try and go for the Trick Room. Big Dragon Pulse. I want to know the Dragon Pulse damage more than anything, but maybe we don't do that. Maybe we do get the Whimsicott gone now. So I don't be messing around with Encore and stuff. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Dragonite switching into Incineroar. Okay, yeah, nice switch. Whimsicott use Protect. So I was looking at Focus Blast on Charizard as another option against Incineroar, but we have so many fighting type moves. I think Dragon Pulse is the better play for the ubiquitous Garchomp. Okay, now from here, Heat Wave. From here, getting Sandaconda, we don't want to be getting Encored. And now we start looking towards the end game with a mid game where we start paralysing stuff if we need to. If it's something like the Aerodactyl in the back. So that Charizard and Gardevoir can deal with that down the line. Fake out into Charizard. Let the Encore. Good stuff. Do they pull a switch with Incineroar? They probably go for the parting shot, right? But they might be worried about getting knocked out, which they're not going to get knocked out because we're not really invested in an attack on Sandaconda. But they might play it safe. I don't think they will. I think they'll probably go for the parting shot. So Whimsy switching out, so they want to keep the Tailwind option alive. Oh, I still get the job done though. Oh, look at that. That's why we've got a slow-ass Charizard. So underspeed the Trick Room, underspeed the Tailwinds in Trick Room, even Pokemon like Incineroar. It's all good, we underspeed them. Guess who's threatened by a Dragon Pulse now? But we'll see what this extra Pokemon is. It's Sneasler. Nice. Very nice indeed. Of course we're going for the high horsepower. Or are we? Because if we knock it out and then Whimsicott comes in, they want to try Encoring. Encoring us to Protect. I think it's fine. I think that's fine. I think it's okay. We can risk that. They read into the Protect. It's super obvious. They don't. They couldn't really afford to. Hey, Sneezer's gone. Sandaconda, what a beast. What, I didn't expect it to be quite so front and centre, like it has been in our 2 battles so far. Takes that. No chance of getting frozen, because we've got the sun up. Don't need any more, though. So Burn and Sand will be ticking down on the Dragonite now. We'll check how Trick Room turns. Last turn of Trick Room. I think they did reveal Protect on Whimsicott, didn't they? So we will switch in. Or will we? Do we just go all out from this point? I think we probably do. Just in case they try some funny business. Actually, no. This is fine. This is fine. We can swap out to Gardevoir. We can go for the Protect as well. Sandstorm's going to get the job done on Whimsicott. We don't even need to mess around going for attacks here. Oh, my internet has been straight cheeks lately, so always adding to the suspense of the battles when I've got the Euronet connections unstable. Popping off at the top there. They do go for the Encore. They go for the Ice Beam. So it worked out nicely. Whimsicott goes down. And yeah, the Trick Room from Gardevoir coming in clutch as well. Glad we got to see that. And a forfeit. GG. Well played. Pulled out the bag. Nicely done. Let's see if we can make it 3 for 3. Okay, we have an opponent. Okay, full disclosure, we've actually lost a game with this team already. And it was against Milotic. We have a problem with Milotic. A well-played Milotic is tough to get rid of. We don't really have anything to remove it quickly. So we'll see how things pan out here. This is going to be really tough, especially because our main answer to Charizard Venusaur is a Gyarados lead. We can just fund away with the Venusaur without being worried of being put to sleep because we've got the Lum Berry. But we are so... We're begging for the Milotic to be led, aren't we? So I'm going to assume the Milotic's going to get led. For that reason. This is all about the lead matchup. You know what? We're just going to do it. Let's think about this. We are going to lead Gyarados. We're going to lead Gyarados Earthworm. This is crazy stuff, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring Charizard, obviously, and we're going to bring Gardevoir. Because they're threatening a bunch of Tailwinds as well. And we Trick Room could be an option for us. We've got a bunch of Slowmons. Crazy lead we're going with here. The Gyarados Earthworm lead. If they lead Milotic, it's game over. I'm expecting to see it, 1,000,000%. We don't see it. Okay, so first hurdle has been overcome. I was kind of hoping we'd see the Charizard Venusaur. Because remember, we've got the Focus Sash on Earthworm as well. It's actually quite a sick lead we've got going on here. Whimsicott don't want none of this opposite Earthworm. Garchomp don't want none of this opposite Earthworm either. Do we pull switches? We could. We're gonna, yeah, let's get Gardevoir in. Let's threaten the Trick Room. And these, yeah, I have to check the Heavy Slam calcs. That's one thing I haven't done with Earthworm. Check Heavy Slam calcs into common fairy types. Because it might be better running Heavy Slam. Straight Moonblast. So we are taking a little bit of damage on Gardevoir, more than I hoped to. It's got to be a Rock Slide, right? Or Swords Dance. Oh, it is actually Swords Dance as well. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. In front of the Gyarados, they didn't care. So the Gyarados switch in is super obvious. They might just go for the ballsy play. And the second Swords Dance. And honestly, I'm kind of feeling like that's what they're going to do. So, I mean, do I want to do this? Is it the play? Oh, it's risky. I was thinking about switching in the Gyarados on the Earthworm slot. We will lose. If we get flinched here. Well, I mean, we won't lose outright, but we'll be so far behind if they get the flinch with the Rock Slide. We're banking on a second Swords Dance. And like I say, I think that's a real Stun Spore. I was not counting on that. Oh, I got Poison Jab though. Oh god. Oh god. Earthworm's fine opposite the Garchomp. Okay, we've lost the ability to set up Trick Room. I thought we were going to see the Rock Slide. Wasn't banking on that. That means Charizard's pretty safe, apart from getting Stun Spored. Okay, here's what we do. I don't want Gyarados getting paralysed. We're banking on this Garchomp having Protect and Earthquake as its other two moves. Because if so, it can't touch Earthworm. That's Dragon Claw as well. So there's no Protect, right? There's no way that you don't run Earthquake on Garchomp. In comes Charizard. We're going to go for the surprise KO into this Charizard. Waterfall and Sun. Is that going to be enough? I feel like it should be. We're just going to go for it at this point. We kind of need to. Stun Spore, Whimsicott. So big Dragon Claw. That's so much damage. So the heat. Oh, they give the Solar Beam. Okay. Yeah, that's Gyarados going now. Into the Earthworm. What was that? Very confused. Come on. Oh my god! Oh, that was our chance, dude! Earthworm, what are you doing? That was our opportunity! Oh god, right, so... Oh god. It was probably the only time you can see me using Smackdown as well. In games I haven't recorded, I've used it in one game. And it was pretty good. God, that was his opportunity. Like, there's one opportunity in the history of VGC for Smackdown. To get some shine. God. Okay, right, let's just do this. Go for the Protect. We need the Heat Wave miss. Come on, come on. Don't do me like this. Oh, oh God. I feel like I've been so betrayed. Even though I haven't been, it's just Pokemon. I got fully powered. Earthworm didn't do anything wrong. Okay, right. It's all over for me. I really would like to know what their final Pokemon is, but I don't think we're going to find out. Dragon Pulse doesn't get the job done. We need Chip on Garchomp for that. We're going straight for Heat Wave. I'm going to try and get a double protect. Maybe we can knock out this Charizard and reveal the final Pokemon. I wonder why they went for the Solar Beam. Expecting Sandaconda maybe. But then again, you still Heat Wave, right? So much damage. And they're probably going to outspeed us for Charizard as well. They go for the Solar Beam again. So I'm guessing they just don't want to miss. Gyarados goes down. Come on, let's at least knock out the Charizard. No, we don't. Oh, we're not going to find out what it was. I really do want to know, but... probably the Venusaur. Maybe they switch it in. Just to reveal. The big reveal. They don't. GG. Got caught out there. The poison jab. We were expecting regular Garchomp. They went for the Clever Swords Dance turn 1. Unorthodox, just like our team. It paid off for them. GG. Well, what can you say? That's Pokemon. So we're going to definitely bring this team back. We are going to change things around as well. I think Weird Ear. Weird Ear is an option. That gives us Intimidate. And that allows us to Intimidate and Trick Room. And Skill Swap. That allows us to switch out Gardevoir. Compounds Gyarados' role. Gyarados is pretty good though. So we'll see. Can't double Intimidate's rough against things like Milotic, makes it even worse, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you in future episodes. Go back and watch the others if you haven't already, like I mentioned earlier. Great teams we've got, if I do say so myself, there are some pretty good teams actually, some nice stuff. Thanks for watching. Hopefully catch you in those videos. You take care.